Hello friends, welcome to our channel. There was a cat who was notorious for playing pranks on everyone around him. He would push things off of shelves just to watch them break. He would hide people's things just to make them late for work or school. And he even went as far as to untie the ropes on some boats so that they would drift away into the sea. One day, he was looking for some new mischief when he saw a young mouse walking past his house. The cat thought it would be funny to scare the poor little guy, so he crept up behind him and pounced. But the mouse was too quick for him, and he managed to escape. The cat wasn't going to let this slide, though he wanted that mouse to know who was boss around here, so he followed him home. When the mouse got to his hole, he turned around and shouted, "Who's there?" The cat pretended to be a nice guy and said, "Just your friendly neighborhood cat. Nothing to worry about." The mouse wasn't buying it, though. He knew that this cat had a reputation for being a trickster, so he asked, "How do I know that you're not trying to trick me?" The cat laughed. He thought that this was the funniest thing ever. A tiny mouse trying to outsmart him. But he played along and said, "Well, how about I prove to you that I'm not a threat by bringing you a gift?" The mouse considered this. If the cat really was being sincere, then maybe he could be trusted. Plus, he had no other choice. So he agreed. The cat went out into the garden and returned with a dead bird. He dropped it at the feet of the mouse and said, "Ta-da, a gift from me to you." The mouse looked at the dead bird and then at the cat. He was still suspicious, but he decided to take the risk. He thanked the cat for the gift and invited him in for some tea. The cat was shocked. He had expected the mouse to be scared of him, not to invite him in for tea, but he wasn't going to complain. He happily accepted the invitation and followed the mouse inside. Once they were both seated, the mouse poured the tea and the two started chatting. The cat learned that the mouse was actually quite brave despite his size, and the mouse learned that the cat wasn't as bad as his reputation suggested. They talked for hours, and by the time the sun went down, they were best friends. From that day on, the cat and the mouse did everything together. They played games, they went on adventures, and most importantly, they looked out for each other. The cat still loved playing pranks, but now he only did it with the mouse's permission. And whenever he was feeling mischievous, he would ask the mouse for help in carrying out his schemes. The mouse didn't mind helping his friend, but he made sure to remind him, "If you cause too much trouble, I won't hesitate to kick you out of my house." The cat understood and respected that. After all, true friendship isn't about never getting into mischief. It's about always having each other's backs. So what's the moral of the story? Don't judge a book by its cover. Just because someone does something bad doesn't mean that they're a bad person. And sometimes the people we think are our enemies can become our best friends. That's all for today, friends. See you next time. Bye.